What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Shay, and today we are here to talk about all the books that I am excited about coming out in the month of May. I have a lot of releases this month. It's a release heavy month. If you don't know how to do my new releases, I am going to start off by telling you the release date, show the cover of the book, the author, and we'll talk a little bit about what made me want to read the book. Won't be going over full synopses, and also there may be a second book in this series coming out this month that I want to read the first book in, but since I haven't read the first one, I won't talk about the release of the second one in the series. All of these are a continuation of series I have read or new books that I'm just interested in reading. We will start out, I have my handy dandy laptop here, so if I am looking down, that is what I'm looking at. Starting out on May the 7th is The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This book has gotten a ton of praise. I love this cover. This starts the series The Last Legacy. So I did write a pretty lengthy synopsis for this book. When Lucan discovers that his estranged father has been murdered in strange circumstances, he finds fresh purpose. Deprived of his chance to make amends for his mistake, he vows to unravel the mystery behind his father's death. His search for answers leads him to Safrana, fabled city of merchant princes, where anything can be brought if one has coin. Lucan only seeks the truth, but instead he finds secrets and danger in every shadow. So I'm super excited. Again, we've heard nothing but fabulous reviews about this book. I have heard some mixed reviews, but it's normally been from people that my tastes don't align with. So that's exciting. Also on the 7th, we have Spin of Fate by A. Vora. This has been getting a lot of buzz here around the sphere lately. It was not on my radar until I heard other reviews of the book. This is a YA fantasy, and that's why it has not really been on my radar, as I am getting out of YA fantasy these days. So this is also, I have a lengthy synopsis. Okay, the world is governed by tyrannic law, an ancient magical force that segregates people into upper and lower realms based on their morality. It's said that if the sinful lowers commit themselves to kindness, their souls will lighten, allowing them into the blissful upper realms. But Aina, one of the few lowers to ever ascend, just wants to go back, desperate to reunite with her mother, who remains stuck in their horror-infested homeland. Aina joins the Balancers, a group that defies tyrannic law by bringing aid to those condemned to a life of suffering in lower realms. So I really also like this cover. I think it looks badass, and I can't wait to read it. Now, one that has not been getting the best reviews, but again, it's horror. It's Christina Henry, coming out on May the 14th, is The House the Horror Built by Miss Christina Henry. A single mother working in the gothic mansion of a reclusive horror director stumbles upon terrifying secrets. So maybe some movie vibes. Can't wait. Also on the 14th, we have The Garden of Delights by Amal Singh. I also think this is a gorgeous cover. In the city of Sarvasa, where petals are currency and flowers are magic, the caretaker tends to the Garden of Delights. He imparts temporary magical abilities to the citizens of Sarvasa while battling a curse of eternal old age. No delight could uplift his curse, and so he must seek out a mythical figure, a god. When a delight allows a young girl an ability to change reality, the caretaker believes he's at the end of his search. But soon a magical rot takes root in his garden, and the caretaker must join forces with the girl and stop it from spreading. Even as he battles a different rot that plagues Sarvasa, he learns that delights are always a precursor to sorrows. So I feel like this could be a literary fantasy from what the vibes that I'm getting, but I love this cover, and so that's where I'm at with that. Then we have what seems to be an urban fantasy on the 14th, which is Road to Ruin by Hannah Lee. I also really like this cover. It gave me all the good vibes. This takes a royal messenger on a high-speed chase across a climate-ravaged wasteland featuring motorcycles, monsters, and magic. Okay? That is making me want to read this, apart from the cover also being really cool. Then we have When Among Crows by Miss Veronica Roth, also on the 14th. I have not read anything by Veronica Roth since, I read the first 2 books of the Divergent series. So I never even finished the series. But this one, I think it's a novella. Step into a city where monsters feast on human emotions, knights split their souls to make their weapons, and witches always take more than they give. So sign me up. I'm in. Also on the 14th, we have My Darling Dreadful Thing. We're getting back into horror. This is by Johanna Van Veen. I've heard some very mixed reviews on this, but still excited to read it. In a world where the dead can wake and walk among us, what is truly real? That's all we need to know. We don't need to know a lot about horror stories. I think the cover is creepy. It is a LGBTQI plus book. Then dipping into romance on the 14th is my lovely favorite author duo, Christina Lauren, coming with their new release, The Paradise Problem. It's a romance between the buttoned-up heir of a grocery chain and his free-spirited artist ex as they fake their relationship in order to receive a massive inheritance. So, fake dating. I'm not all for second chance romances, which is what it sounds like this is, but I also love the trope fake dating, so yes please. Then we will move right along to the 21st, which is Ruth Ware's new release, One Perfect Couple. I always fall kind of here or there with Ruth Ware. Some I like, some I really don't like. Follows 5 couples trapped on a storm-swept island as a killer stalks among them. I think this is kind of like the take on And Then There Was None by Miss Agatha Christie herself. So interested in that one. Then we have Lost Ark Dreaming by Suyi Davies Ukumbawa. Now I didn't read his first series, but I'm still interested in reading that one, but this is a new one. It's a high-octane post-climate disaster novella. So it's a novella. Y'all know how I feel about novellas, but I just keep thinking I want to be a novella girly. And this one looked interesting. Then we have How to Become a Dark Lord or Die Trying by Mr. Django Wexler. Has Mr. Django Wexler written a ton of series I want to read? Yes. Have I read them yet? No. But I want to read this one. So this is a laugh-out-loud fantasy tale about a young woman who, tired of defending humanity from the Dark Lord, decides to become the Dark Lord herself. So, I like humor in books when done appropriately. So, I'm interested to see reviews on this. Then we have Evocation by S.T. Gibson, moving on into the 28th of May. Now, me and S.T. Gibson, we have this kind of rocky relationship, so I'm interested in this. But with a power comes a price. The devil has come to collect on an ancestral deal. David's days are numbered and death looms at his door. So, check. We'll be trying to read that maybe sometime soon. Then we have another thriller, If Something Happens to Me by Alex Finlay. For the past 5 years, Ryan Richardson has relived that terrible night. The car door ripping open, the crushing blow to the head, the hands yanking him from the vehicle, his girlfriend Allie's piercing scream as she is taken. With no trace of Allie or the car, a cloud of suspicion hangs over Ryan. And then I think some years pass, and then I think they find her car. What's happening? What's going on? We love a mystery thriller, and I'm here for it. Also on the 28th, we have another kind of villain story by Dreadful by Caitlin Rozakis. I love this cover. A sharp-witted high fantasy farce featuring killer moat squid, toxic masculinity, evil wizards, and a garlic festival all at once. So could become cozy vibes, could be some humorous vibes, but I'm here for it. Then we have the Fireborn Blade Dragons by Miss Charlotte Bond. Kill the dragon, find the blade, reclaim your honor. It's that or end up like countless nights before her as a puddle of gore and molten armor. So this just seems interesting. The cover is exquisite, so we have to read it. Then we have, of course, The Last Murder at the End of the World by Mr. Stuart Jordan. I've heard some mixed reviews about this one, but I'm still interested in reading this because if you don't know, I have an arc of this book. So I do want to get to it this month, but am I really? I don't know. I meant to get to it last month and it didn't happen, but I have read like the first 50 pages previously and it was a winner for me. So I don't know. I liked what I read. But this one is solve the murder to save what's left of the world. Basically, this group of people is on this island and there is this fog that kind of comes in and destroys everything else. So they are stuck on this island because the fog kills anything it touches. On the island, it is idyllic 122 villagers and 3 scientists living in peaceful harmony. The villagers are content to fish, farm, and feast, to obey their nightly curfew, to do what they're told by the scientists. Until, to the horror of the islanders, one of their beloved scientists is brutally murdered. And then they learn that the murder has triggered a lowering of the security system around the island, the only thing that was keeping this fog at bay. If the murder isn't solved within 107 hours, the fog will smother the island and everyone on it. So that's it, guys. That's all the books we're looking forward to in the month of May. If you're interested, if you know how I do my TBR every month, I'll put these are the books that are going to go into the new releases jar. These are the books I may be picking, I may be reading. I am so excited. Let me know if I missed any books that you are looking forward to. Let me know if you've read any of these, had some arcs. Let me know how you felt. I want to know all the things. Leave them down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys in the next one.